Welcome to Hot Drama TV. In the crowded streets of a small Chinese city, a young man stood beneath flickering streetlights, singing to strangers who didn't know his name. No stage, no fame, just a voice that refused to be forgotten. This is the story of Liu Yuning, an ordinary boy who became an extraordinary artist. From the raw corners of the internet to the grand stages of Chinese television, from humble street performances to acting roles that shook the nation. How did he do it? And what secret lies behind his unstoppable rise? Tonight we follow his journey, step by step, note by note. The rise of Liu Yuning. From street corner singer to national sensation. In the neon-lit nights of a small Chinese city, long before his name would echo through millions of living rooms, Liu Yuning was just a young man with a microphone, a voice, and a dream. He sang not for fame, not for fortune, but because music was the only language that never failed him. No glamorous stage. No sparkling spotlights. Just the soft hum of an amplifier and the quiet determination of someone who knew that if the world wasn't ready to notice him, he would sing until it had no choice. Back then, he was a net idol, a quirky, funny voice on the internet. His covers, raw, emotional, sometimes playful, began to travel across platforms. One performance in particular, his rendition of Zhang Zhenda, was different. It wasn't just a cover. It was a reimagining, an inversion of the original. It carried the kind of emotional friction that makes people stop scrolling. And people did stop. They stopped, they listened, and they shared. In an online world full of fleeting sensations, Liu Yuning had managed to leave a mark. A leap into the spotlight. The year was 2019, and Liu Yuning's fanbase had quietly grown into a small army. When Singer 2019 opened its stage, he stepped into a competition most would fear. Against seasoned vocalists, he stood not just as a singer, but as a representative of the people who had watched him grow online. He didn't win, but winning was never the point. That stage was a door, and Liu Yuning walked straight through it. The voice behind the screen. Soon, his voice became the unseen heartbeat of some of China's most beloved dramas. If you've ever been swept away by a historical epic or a heart-wrenching romance, chances are you've heard him, whether you knew it or not. From Yin Xia in My Heroic Husband to the haunting Tan Wen in Word of Honor, Liu's voice became a trusted companion to stories of love, loyalty, and betrayal. His songs didn't just accompany a scene, they completed it. By 2023, his OSTs like Zhang Huzhi Song, Lotus Tower, and Feng Song, A Journey to Love, had cemented him as one of the most in-demand voices in Chinese television. And in 2025 he came full circle, not only singing for the dramas Yao Bend the Waist, and Su Jian Yimeng A Dream of Books, but starring in them. The actor nobody expected, but everyone remembered. When Liu Yuning first stepped onto a drama set, no one expected him to be the next great leading man. He was cast in small roles by his own admission, because he was affordable. But something happened. His presence wasn't the loud kind that demanded attention. It was the quiet, steady kind that earned it. His line delivery was crisp, his tone natural, his body language measured. In an industry where beautiful faces often eclipse performance, Liu Yuning was proving that skill could be just as magnetic. In Bend the Waist, he brought the character Wei Xiao to life, turning the role into one of the most talked-about performances of the year. Within 10 minutes of release, the drama's popularity soared past 20,000 points. In 6 days, it hit 30,000. His on-screen heat index topped 400 million, a number that's less a statistic than a cultural statement. And then came A Dream of Books, where he carried two identities, Nan Heng and Li Shirlu, each distinct, each compelling. It was no longer a question of whether Liu Yuning could act. It was a question of what he couldn't do. A multifaceted artist in an age of specialists. Singer, actor, entertainer. Liu Yuning is all of them. His concerts are packed, his variety show appearances are witty and charming, and his music continues to evolve, from soft ballads to rock-infused anthems. But perhaps the secret to his rise isn't just talent. It's authenticity. In interviews, he's quick to laugh at himself, to share his struggles, to admit the luck and timing involved in his journey. That humility, the refusal to see himself as above his audience, keeps fans loyal in an industry that churns through idols like seasons. From the streets to the stars. If you strip away the fame, the statistics, and the headlines, Liu Yuning's story is one of perseverance. It's about a man who sang in the shadows until the world turned its head. About how a single voice, when carried with enough heart, can fill stadiums, top charts, and cross genres without losing its soul. In 2025, Liu Yuning isn't just a celebrity. He's a reminder that sometimes the most powerful stars are the ones who never plan to be one. And if you ask his fans what makes them stay, their answers might surprise you. Some will say it's the music, others the acting. But for many it's simply him. The man who once sang to strangers in the night, and still in a way always will. Liu Yuning's story isn't just about talent, it's about resilience, about singing in the dark until the world turns its head, about holding on to your voice when everything else tells you to let go. He may stand in the spotlight now, but he has never forgotten the streets where his song began. And maybe that's why we can't stop listening, because somewhere in his music, in his acting, in his smile, we hear the echo of a dream that refused to die.